August 4th, 1945, Tinian Island, Pacific Ocean. A small team of American scientists and military officers gathered around a single bomb, 10 feet long, 9,000 pounds, and they called it Little Boy. In 48 hours, it would kill 80,000 people before breakfast. But here's what history never tells you. In those final 48 hours, the men who built it, the men who would drop it, and the men who ordered it were not all in agreement. Harry Truman was aboard the USS Augusta somewhere in the Atlantic, returning from Europe when the final confirmation order reached him. He paused, he ate his lunch, then he said, "Let it proceed." On the ground in Hiroshima, Japan, August 5th was a perfectly ordinary Monday. School was in session, markets were open, mothers were cooking breakfast. Japanese radar operators actually detected American planes approaching that morning, but they had seen B-29s pass over so many times before without dropping anything that the air raid sirens were turned off after a few minutes. Nobody ran, nobody hid. At 2:45 a.m. on August 6th, a B-29 called Enola Gay lifted off the runway at Tinian Island. Pilot Paul Tibbets, 30 years old, had written his mother's name on the aircraft. 12 men on board. 11 of them knew the mission. One, the tail gunner, was told nothing until they were airborne. At 8:15 a.m. Hiroshima time, Little Boy was released from 31,000 feet. It fell for 43 seconds. Then, nothing was left. In those 43 seconds of free fall, 80,000 human beings were still alive. By 8:16 a.m., they were gone. The city itself was erased, not damaged, not destroyed, erased. 2 days later, a second bomb fell on Nagasaki. But even after 2 atomic bombs, Japan's Supreme War Council was deadlocked. 3 votes to surrender, 3 votes to fight on. It was Emperor Hirohito himself who broke the tie in a secret recorded radio address. The first time Japanese citizens had ever heard their emperor's voice, he announced surrender. The war was over. But what the history books don't say is this. Inside those 48 hours, America had already loaded a third bomb. Its target was Tokyo. The order was never given, but it existed. Robert Oppenheimer, the man who built the bomb, watched the first test explosion in the New Mexico desert and whispered words from Hindu scripture, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." 3 weeks later, those words became real over Hiroshima. In 2016, Barack Obama became the first sitting American president to visit Hiroshima 71 years later. He did not apologize. Some decisions once made in 48 hours take centuries to reckon with, but the atomic bomb didn't just end a war, it started a new one. The Cold War, the nuclear arms race, the doctrine of mutually assured destruction that still governs our world today. Every nuclear standoff since India and Pakistan, Iran, North Korea, traces back to one morning, one island, one decision, made over lunch on a ship in the Atlantic, and next, 48 hours. That destroyed the Soviet Union forever, because the Cold War that atomic bomb created. It had an ending nobody saw coming either.